the town of Reedsville when I was just a kid. My grandpa come to pick me up the way he always did. Every Wednesday morning, come rain or come shine, spend some time with his little men, and it was worth 5 and dime. But on this Wednesday morning, I didn't go to town. He took me to a graveyard where there were people gathered round a flag draped box beneath a tent with old men in funny hats. And they stood and saluted when Papa played cornet. After it was over, I said, "Did you know that man? And did they really bury him way down in the ground?" And I saw a tear in your eye as you softly played. So please sir, tell me, Papa, what made you cry today? He said, "Son, I didn't know him, but it matters not at all. Like him, I served my country. We gather when we're called, and that won't no cornet boy, but a bugle that I played. Now I'll tell you about that special song that you first heard today." He said it was back in 1862 in the war between the states. It was up in Virginia, and a battle that took place. It was Harrison's Landing, where the ground was turned red with the blood of the young soldiers who fought where they were led. And that night after the battle, Robert Ellicombe, a captain of the Union boys, he was dreaming of his home. And there he heard a moaning sound somewhere in the night. And he struck out for a wounded soul in hopes to save his life. But in the darkness, Robert couldn't tell if that young man was friend or foe. But he gently carried him back to camp that night, and by the fire glow, the young man breathed his last breath. Another rebel soul had died, and then numbness hit poor Robert as in the firelight. Well, he recognized his eyes and nose, and he recognized his mouth. He recognized his only son who'd moved down to the south. To study music was his boy's only dream before that damned war broke out, and he hadn't seen him for over a year, but this was him, there was no doubt. So Robert asked to bury his son and have the band play a funeral dirge for his dear boy that he just lost today. The commander said the enemy, hell, ain't gonna get no band. But since it was his only son, he'd grant him just one man. So Robert chose a bugle for his son's final sound. He asked the bugler please to play the music notes he found. Scribbled in the dying hand he knew was his son's own. And there that day was the first time the taps was ever blown. We've long since lost my grandpa, but to my dying day, I won't forget that frosty morn when Papa passed away. And in that same old graveyard where he told the tale to me, I played taps for Papa on the horn he left to me. So now you've heard the story of how it came to be. These haunting simple bugle notes could mean so much to me. Another fallen soldier's laid down in his grave in the land he fought and died for, while Tad